is Ultimate on the 6.9 FM, and you are listening to Love Note with NAKY. And if you're going to do Yadom, Tikabisha, yeah, you can call me NAKY, of course.
106.9, experience it.
Well, it's a beautiful night. For us both, you listening, you pretty handsome man, you listening. So glad to have you on this. Well, today we have a new discussion on board, and this sounds so good. This is one pretty thing that people make mistakes out from. They tend to make it look like it's all about sex. It makes it look like it's all about sex and nothing else. Well, before we start, let's go into our beautiful side of a microphone to join with a beautiful lady to give us a quote. Yeah.
I love you not because of who you are, but because of who I am with you. This is a quote by Roy Croft.
Yeah, I love you. I love you. I love you for who you are. You know, you better not try sometimes to actually let intimacy look like sex. Intimacy is all how you talk to your partner. It's all about how you just feel comfortable sharing things with your partner. That's more of intimacy. Not necessarily in anything all about sex. Anything you do is all sex. Everything you do is all sex. It's just not what we're talking about. Sometimes you just have to understand that the way that you share your things with your partner, if you're unable to share them, definitely you're not close to intimate. Just not there. It's just not. Today we're all about intimacy in relationship. And intimacy in relationship is achieved when we become close to someone else and reassure that we are loved and accepted for who we are. You know, children usually develop intimacy with parents and peers. Exactly. And as adults, we seek intimacy in close relationship with other adults, friends, family, and with a partner. Sometimes when you are with somebody and you don't feel the exact closeness, you definitely feel like you are not there with someone. And that's when we talk about that relationship. We're talking about more of this relationship when it has to go to family, when it has to go to children with the parents. When your child has to grow up without being able to share anything with you, that means that intimacy is not there. That means how you talk or the way that you share ideas is just not there. That is when you have to feel and know to yourself that your child, your partner will not be able to feel anything or talk about anything with you because how they have to get in there or how they have to actually share things, there is a barrier in there that cannot actually let them go in there. That means poor intimacy is being is there. That's blocking that part. But anyways, before we go deep in our conversation, just not forget, you can share your thought, you can share your comment on our comment section. We are live on Facebook on Ultimate 106.9 or live on my page, and if you're going to do it, you can join both sides and you can test us your comment or your idea or your thought on what we are discussing on our WhatsApp or SMS on 0246 721818 0246 721818. We cannot wait to share your comment and your thought with us. We are always happy, we are always glad to share everything that you have with our listeners. You are part of our listeners. I'm listening to you. So you share your comment. I read. I pick education from you. We are learning. So let's go back. We are talking about intimacy in relationship and how I started. Sometimes when we are in a close relationship with our partners, we feel like intimate is all about sex. Intimate is all about what we go through, like what we talk about sometimes. But hey, intimate is how you share your emotions. Intimate is how you come out to talk about that uncomfortable, okay, that uncomfortable conversation you have with your partner. That is where the intimate is real. So much when it comes to the relationship part, like I'm talking about. If the intimate is not there, you'll be not comfortable talking about things. And let's not go far from this. We have so many kind of intimate. But I can share 4 with you. I can share 4 with you. We have emotional intimacy. We have intellectual intimacy, experiential intimacy, and we have spiritual intimacy. Now we will get back to these 4 types of intimacy that will help you focus on fostering to create a more holistic connection and closeness with your partner. These are 4 types of intimacy that we're going to discuss on the show today: emotional intimacy, intellectual intimacy, experiential intimacy, then spiritual intimacy. Now let's get back to our intimacy in relationship. We talk about intimacy in relationship. Now let's move on to intimacy and sex. You need to differentiate this in your mind. You need to put it off from your mind and understand that intimacy is different from sex. Sex is different from intimacy, okay? So just for many couples, okay, making love involves a sense of intimacy and emotional closeness. An intimate sexual relationship involves trust and being vulnerable with each other. Closeness during sex is also linked to other forms of intimacy. It's just linked, not necessarily like it is. Necessarily, it kind of be, but it's not. Don't let it slip your mind. It's just not. Relationship, intimacy, sex relationship, quite different. It's very different. Just how the link is up, okay? Just how it links up. It most of the time feels like, okay, fine. It's actually going by there. But you're not making a mistake out from this. You're not trying to make sex looks like intimacy. Neither do you want to make intimacy looks like sex. However, it's important to actually share a whole range of emotions with a partner. Otherwise, some people begin to feel lonely and isolated regardless of how good their sexual experiences may be. You can have sex so many times. You can actually perhaps be with your partner all night. But if you're unable to share your idea, or if you're unable to share your emotions, probably gonna feel alone. Although you have somebody in there, you have somebody you call my partner, you have somebody you say I love you to every day, but unfortunately you don't always feel that closeness. You don't actually feel that kind of I don't know how to use that closeness for you to understand this, but probably closeness will actually be the simplest thing for you to understand here. When you get so close to somebody, you definitely feel like, okay, this person is there no matter what. That is how you just to put in mind. Like, when you're really close to the person, like, you need to feel like no matter what, the person is there. Just that. The person. So if you are with somebody and you don't feel isolated, you don't feel lonely, no matter what, remember, your intimacy is intact. You are forming that closeness with both sides. Just explore ways to share your love and affection without sex. And remember that sex includes many forms of physical contact. Often the more a couple is intimate with each other in ways other than sex, the more fulfilling their sex life becomes. Sometimes when you have a little quarrel, instead of you to sit down and solve that, you just put yourself on bed and have sex. You feel like that is the only solution. Probably that's not the only solution. Telling you the truth, that's not the only solution. You cannot use sex to solve problem in the house. You cannot use sex to prove yourself right or wrong. Just understand. You are never, ever, ever going to use sex, but rather intimacy. When you have that intimacy, a little thing you will be able to come out because you find a friend. You definitely find yourself somebody that you can share everything with. Okay? But if you don't get that person, if you don't get the chance to actually feel, definitely you are not creating that intimacy between you guys. Don't ever quarrel and solve it with sex. You know, we have some people who always say, when I'm angry, I'm gonna expect my fiance or my partner to have sex with me. If we have sex, we solve everything. When you have sex, it doesn't solve everything. In fact, it makes everything worse. What if one day you are there and then that sex part doesn't come in, but then there is a problem that you have to solve and you are unable to talk about it? It doesn't actually make up anything. It just doesn't. But let's not forget to share our thoughts and ideas. I know this conversation is going way more deep, and I love where it's going anyway. But you can join and send your thoughts. You can send your comment on 0246 721818. 0246 721818. We'll be glad to read it out. We all are learning, okay? I bring mine, you bring yours. We both get together. If you have any idea about intimacy that we have to share, then definitely we family will be glad to actually share it together. Or you can join us on live on FB on Ultimate 106.9 FM. You'll be able to send your comment in that comment section, and I'm going to read it out to you beautifully. And if you want to send any love or any apology to your partner, there's a great chance for you to do that. Of course, I'm giving you all the vibe. Just try to do it. Yeah, of course. Anyways, let's go on to our conversation. Now, intimacy is not easy to actually build up. It takes time to build intimacy, because even when you are with the family, okay, when you are with your family, you normally don't feel like having a conversation with them or even going deep on explaining your feelings to them. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it makes you feel like you are not getting there. Same way as in relationship. So it's very difficult for you to actually create intimacy between your family members. Now, if it's very difficult for you to create intimacy with some people that supposedly be your family that you spend time with for probably years, you don't actually have to tell yourself that you find it very easy to create that intimacy with that partner for just a week. No, you just cannot do that. So let's try find these solutions to that. But first of all, let's talk about some difficulties in creating intimacy, okay? You know, some people find it difficult to achieve intimacy in their relationship. Others can find that after achieving intimacy, it seems to slip away. There are many reasons why some people find it difficult to achieve intimacy in their relationship. And this is commonly resolve that problem of communication issues. Communication. Ever since we started the program, we talked about healthy and unhealthy relationship. We definitely talked about this. Communication is key. Relationship without communication, you shouldn't even try to build, because it doesn't go anywhere. It just doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't go any more further. It ends. And whenever you feel or you know that your relationship, you cannot communicate, understand that you are just not there. Just know this. Communication. If you and your partner, you are not communicating to each other what your feelings and needs are, then they are not likely to be met. If you don't feel to understand by your partner, just understand, then the intimacy is hard to create or even maintain. So it's way more important to talk to your partner about what you need, what you want, what you feel like, what you're going through. These things are communications. If you're able to express yourself, express that emotion, express your need, tell your partner what you want, definitely you are getting it there. Definitely you are getting it clearly there if you're able to express yourself. And this act alone can create a feeling of being connected and intimate. So, like I started off, if you are unable to actually express yourself, definitely you go no way more further. You go way more no further than keeping yourself down. And you don't want to keep yourself down. You just want to keep yourself down. Well, never mind of anything. Communication builds, communication helps. Communication does a lot of things. Communication makes you feel way more proper when you are with your partner. But if you have problem in communicating, definitely you're going to have a difficulty in creating intimacy. That's definitely one thing. You just don't have to feel that you don't have the right to talk or you don't have the right to share anything with your partner. You have that opportunity because you both agree to be in a relationship, and since you agree to be in a relationship, definitely you are in there. Now let's move on to our next problem in creating intimacy. You have conflict. Okay, conflict is one thing. Let me say it's probably normal in relationship, probably normal in every part of a relationship, being friendship relationship, being a family relationship, or even being our own partner or a love life relationship. If there is an ongoing conflict in your relationship, it can be very difficult to develop intimacy because most of the time you don't even have the chance to even speak, nor do you have the chance to even share any ideas. So definitely most of the time you feel like you are just not there. You may be there, but because of the argument, because of the pressure coming from both sides, you just don't feel like you are getting it all done. Okay, you just don't feel like you're getting it all done. But if you are able to avoid, I'm not saying it's easy to avoid conflict because it's normal. Quarreling is normal, but it's never normal if it continues. When it continues, it's not normal. That means you are just creating it yourself. You are just creating things yourself. That is how it has to be. So probably conflict can be resolved. Everything in this whole world has a solution. That's what we always say. If you share a problem, you find a solution. If you don't share it, you don't find a solution. So if you're able to sit down with your partner, discuss about what you like and dislike, definitely you are going by and setting a great intimacy. But if you're unable to do that, it is very difficult for you to create that intimacy. And we started off that intimacy takes a lot of time to build. It is over time. It is way more over time. You are supposed to know that you can create it very easily. But before we go on more about what we have here, we have a beautiful lady behind the other side of the microphone. Let's up and then have the great discussion over there, and let's see her idea. You shared mine, I shared mine to you. Definitely, we got so many ideas for you, how to share, how to create it. Let's go back to the other side of the microphone, and you are gonna find more about intimacy. And before that, remember you can share your comment or you can send an SMS, you can send a WhatsApp messages on 0246 721818. If you just joined, this is Love Note on Ultimate 106.9. Let's move to the other side of the microphone and share that great piece of ideas.
Okay. Sorry about that. Factors in building an intimacy in a relationship, any relationship, emotional relationship, spiritual, any kind of physical relationship. You need to learn to trust and care. Okay, when there is trust between partners, you feel secure to the extent that you disclose your intimate feelings to your partner with the aim of, or you have it in mind that you disclosing your feelings to your partner, you are not going to be ridiculed, rejected. Like, your partner is going to be there for you. You trust him or her wholeheartedly to the extent that you feel like you can share all your problems, your pain, whatever you are going through with him or her. And when there is caring in an intimate relationship, caring is an emotional bond that allows intimacy to develop. When people care about each other, they seek to fulfill each other's needs and interests. So there is trust and there is care. You need to trust your partner in order to be intimate. You need to care for your partner in order to know and fulfill each other's needs and interests. And I heard NAKY saying something about clear communication. You just have to be a good communicator. You need to listen. You need to actually learn to study the person's emotions. Non-verbal communication. You should know how her or his facial expression is saying, the tone of his or her voice, the body posture of the person, how the person is seated. Like, when you guys are communicating very well, you get to know, okay, so the tone of my partner or my friend, it shows this person is very moody, this person is sad, this person is happy. Then you can go along with it. So we just have to be good listeners and good communicators in order to create intimacy in our relationship. And then I will move on to signs you are in an intimate relationship. Okay, so if you have a strong sense of trust with you and your partner, you get to know you are in an intimate relationship because you trust him or her so much that you feel vulnerable around them. You go all in and out to say whatever is worrying you, whatever is with you, whatever secrets you are keeping, because you trust your partner and you know this person I am voicing out to is somebody who is going to help you out with your problems, give you solutions to your problems and other things. And you also feel accepted in every way possible, because when you are with somebody you trust a lot, somebody you've actually established a trust thing with, okay, you feel accepted in a way that you can do whatever you want to do. Okay, so I'm sorry for using some words, but you can joke around with that person. Like, when the person is around, you can joke around, you can play, do whatever you usually do when you are alone, because you feel, oh, this is somebody I trust and he or she trusts me also, so why can't I just be myself? Yeah, so the word is you can be yourself, because you feel like they understand you. They are the only people you feel very, very good and very okay around. You feel interdependent when you are around them. You feel like you are safe. You feel like there is a space for you to do your own thing. And I will say this one too. You can rely on them when things go wrong. Yeah. So I think this is Intellectual intimacy. Yeah. You both can share ideas together. You can actually go to your partner when you have a problem. Your friend, your mom, your dad, anybody, not just your partner. Anybody you have that intimacy with. You can go to that person when you have a problem, when there is something on your mind eating you up. You go to that person, you talk to that person, because you know that person is going to give you a solution. He or she is going to help ease your problems, like help you out with anything. If not with money, if not with anything, he or she is going to be there for you. Like, you are going to have a shoulder to cry on. You are going to have a motivator to motivate you. You are going to have somebody who is going to encourage you with words. And last but not the least, okay, you are committed to getting to know each other inside and out. So if you actually establish an intimate relationship with somebody, a friend, your boyfriend, your husband, your wife, your mom, your dad, you actually get to know that person inside out. You get to know when that person is happy, he's sad.
So this means if you're unable to actually get to know if I'm sad or whenever I'm angry, that means definitely you're not actually into me, and there is no kind of intimacy there.
You need to get to know the person very well.
Exactly.
Because with this intimacy we are talking about here, if your partner is down, let's say your partner went to work and he or she is stressed, immediately you give him or her a phone call. That one alone should tell you. That is why I said you should know how your partner talks.
Yeah.
The tone,
yeah.
the body posture, facial expression.
Exactly.
Yeah, it goes hand in hand. You should know. Say, today my partner is very down.
Yeah.
Like, you should know him or her inside out.
Exactly.
Yes. So if you don't know all this, then it means you really do not know who your partner is. Yes.
Exactly.
You guys do not really get to know yourselves.
You don't know what you're doing. Like, you're wasting a whole lot of time.
And you really need to start digging deep into knowing what your partner likes.
Yeah.
How he or she reacts when he's happy, when he's sad, when he's moody, like anything.
And let them be able to express. If your partner is not able to express themselves, trust me, you're trying to block them. You're trying to really push them away.
You should give them the space to express
Exactly.
themselves.
Don't let them feel like they're actually dating a monster. Like, if I talk, he's going to get angry. When I talk, she's going to scream and hit me up. Don't let your partner feel that way.
You should give a space for them to complain.
Exactly.
Voice out their problems.
And know this. I always point this, girl. Like, anytime a woman has to actually complain about something, men think they are nagging.
Yeah.
See,
but that is not the case.
I don't have to wake up in the morning and start talking.
No.
I'm not mad.
There is a problem.
Exactly. So that problem is what I'm
problem.
talking about. Not actually nagging. Because when you tell me that I'm nagging, definitely you're not actually doing me a good favor. You're wasting my day. You're wasting my whole mood.
Yes.
So don't think your partner is always nagging when he or she has a problem in there.
Actually be the one to even
ask.
What is wrong with you?
Why have you changed?
Yes.
Yesterday you were fine. Today you don't look the same.
What is going on?
That is what we're trying to expect. Don't try to cover them up. Don't try to hold them down.
When you are nagging. And mostly, when the guys are saying, oh, you like nagging, you always like to nag, it means whatever they are doing, they know it is wrong.
Exactly, but they continue doing it. They just don't know to stop.
Complain about something they are doing wrong, something you've always been talking about, something you hate. Yet they are doing it, so they will just brush it off with, you like nagging a lot, but that is not the case.
And let me tell you something. If you're with your partner and you start complaining about some attitude of theirs, and they tell you, hey boy, you nag too much, or they tell you, hey girl, like you nag too much, come on, let me tell you something. You ain't nagging. You ain't nagging. You are actually bringing what is in your heart out. So if you definitely can bring it out and they are unable to accept, welcome that pain, run away. I mean, just run away. Just stop that
That
relationship
is
thing.
not a healthy relationship.
No, it's a very bad one. Like, you're just ready to die there. You're just not ready for that. But anyways, let's get a little more closer into this. This is the best part. This is what I've been waiting for. Although, this is actually a way of developing intimacy. Developing intimacy. Okay. So, to this part of mine, what I talk about how to develop intimacy is about celebrating good things in the relationship. That is what I'm talking about. It's about celebrating the good things in your relationship. Tell your partner in words or in actions how much they mean to you, how grateful you are to actually have them. This is how you feel. This is how you get them. This is how you get them way more closer. So definitely, if you feel like, okay, today I've set it down to actually put up a test. That's why yesterday we sent out this call to you. Use this code to express that emotions. I told you, when you're deeply in love, you even have a problem with your knees. Because, trust me, you are not actually getting it. You are not actually getting it. If you are in love, you won't be able to even talk, not even have to express that thing in you. Because that thing called love, it can never be expressed. Trust me, it just can't. I dare you not. You just can't do it. Just let your partner how much you value them, how they mean to you, how much they are a blessing to your life, how glad you are to meet them. If you want to put it in words, that's fine. If you want to put it in action, that's already even great. But never ever assume in your mind that your partner is having something in their mind about you. Or don't think for your partner. That is one mistake we always do. Don't think for your partner. If you have something inside your heart, inside your mind, share it, express it, let them feel it. That means definitely you are actually connected to something, but you are unable to actually share, not even feel. Don't try to tell yourself they know what I'm thinking. Cause see, I don't read minds. I wasn't born with that. If you have a boyfriend who has that actually gift, fine, that's for you. But if your partner haven't told you that, hey honey, I can read minds, definitely you don't vote for that. Definitely you don't vote for that. You don't actually know that your partner can read minds. So don't assume that your partner can actually do this, okay? Because see, let me tell you this, if you're able to tell your partner that, okay, I actually love you, I love how you came to my life, I appreciate how much you mean to me, I love you being so close to me, nobody can ignore that. Nobody can feel bad about that. In fact, it makes them feel so great. It makes them feel so nice. It makes them feel so honored. Like, you just can't actually do that. Okay? So just be able to share. Be able to feel. Let your partner know what you're thinking. Don't assume for them. Let them feel appreciated. Let them feel loved. And definitely you are gonna go far. And move on to the next thing. Talk openly about your feelings. What you need from the relationship that you are in. Just talk openly about your feelings. Talk openly about your feelings. I repeat this. Don't hide your emotions, okay? Don't hide your emotions. Don't fake it. Sometimes you can joke around with your emotions, because we always say when somebody jokes upon words, when somebody jokes about something, definitely one way or the other, that's what they're feeling. Okay? That's what they're feeling. Don't let your partner feel that you don't get to open up. So if you don't get to open up and you're always like so hard to yourself, you're unable to let your partner know how you're feeling, trust me, you are just lost. You are just, be open. And remember, let your partner know what you want. Okay, I'm in a relationship with you. I want to have 3 babies. I want to get married. I want to feel myself. I want us to go out on a date. I want you to get me, every week I want you to get me a bunch of roses. Like a bouquet of roses. Get me that. Get me love note cards. Let's go to meet my parents. Let's go out with my friends. This is how you'll be able to actually open yourself. This is how you gotta actually bring yourself out. Those are your needs, okay? Those are those needs. I'm not talking about need, okay? I'm talking about the needs. What you want. What exactly you need. That is why you gotta actually know. If you're unable to actually express your needs and wants and how your feelings are or how your emotions are to your partner, trust me, you will find it very difficult to create that intimacy. You will be finding it hard to actually create that intimacy, no matter how that you feel. Definitely try to talk openly about your feelings. Don't hide it. Don't hide it. Don't fake it. Don't fake it. And let's go to the other side of this. Try to create opportunities for intimacy. Intimacy doesn't actually come up by itself, okay? Intimacy doesn't actually come out by itself. It doesn't easily come out. The real part that you got to do this is, when you are there, try to invite your partner out. Especially when you have children, okay? Let's put it that way. When you have children, it's always hard to connect in the house because when you move to the other side, your baby is there. When you move to this side, the other baby is crying. How are you supposed to do this? How are you supposed to feel this? How are you supposed to know what is going on? How are you supposed to even get closer, like get smoochy with each other? Like you can't. Because you know what you're trying to do? You don't want the children to know what's going on. You're trying to prevent children from getting to know more about the intimacy. If you have the grandmama there, if you have the grandpa there, send them there. We're not telling you push your kids away. No. Don't push your kids away, but at least, let it be you and your partner. Let it be you and your boyfriend. Let it be you and your girlfriend. Let it be you and your love of your life. Go out. Find a cool place. If you have to go in a guest house, fine, that's good for you. Go there with no disturbance. Have a peace of mind. Enjoy that day. Enjoy that night. You alone. Like you alone. Nobody else. Nobody's doing anything in there. That's you. You just don't get to choose how things are. Like, don't sit there and think that intimacy is going to come on its own. It doesn't. It doesn't. Create it. Create it. Create it by inviting your partner out. Create it by taking them to some place. Setting a date in a restaurant. That is intimacy. It's not about only going on bed, having sex all day long. No, that is not only that. That's not only intimacy. Okay? Great. Go out together. Go out together. Now let's move on to the next one. This one is about accepting. Okay? Accept that your relationship will have highs and lows. This is this. You don't get it smooth. Neither you get it hard. Remember that always when you're actually having these issues. You don't get it smooth. You don't get it hard. This is the point, because you are unable to actually understand you. Your partner is unable to understand himself. So definitely, one day, one way or the other, this is how it's going to be. You will not think that your partner shouldn't fight with you or your partner shouldn't argue with you. I started by saying argument is normal in a relationship. Argument is normal in a relationship. Just understand this part of you. You just don't get the chance to always look rosy in your relationship. It doesn't fall roses. No, it doesn't actually get to that. You didn't choose that. You didn't actually make up that. Just understand that part of you. You won't actually get that. Okay? Just don't actually get that to you. Just take it actually quite slow. When it comes, Well, accepting that, creating opportunities, talking openly, celebrating the little things in a relationship. Let's move on to our last one. Be positive and grateful about what you have in your relationship. I repeat this. I said, be grateful, be positive about what you have, your relationship. Be grateful. Okay? Just be real grateful. If you become ungrateful, definitely you won't be able to have that intimacy. Because any little thing you feel like, how am I dealing with this person? You were supposed to do this for me. I didn't get that. So for that reason, what you did for me before, I don't remember. But rather, I'm actually recalling what you didn't do. And it's normal because most of our life is quite normal. Sometimes people actually do this. When you do good 10 times and you do wrong the one time, they rub that one time that you did over your face and remember that good deeds you did. It's normal in every point of where we see ourselves. It's normal at every point that we see ourselves. All around us. Family, friends, relationship, school, church, wherever you see yourself. That's what happens. When you do good, no matter what, somebody's going to sit there at some place that who you did that good to. They're going to come out and be ungrateful and say that you didn't do that because of that one thing that you did. So don't try to show that in your relationship. When you try to show that in your relationship, definitely you're gonna have the difficult in building that intimacy. You cannot develop intimacy. You can never develop that intimacy. You just have to get it straight in your mind that you are creating, you are actually making up, you are feeling it. Okay? You are feeling yourself in doing this. We got a few messages here that we gotta read for you. Definitely we're gonna read it out. Keep your messages coming, and this discussion is a beautiful discussion that you ever get. And if you just tuned in, you just tuned into Ultimate 106.9 FM, and this is Love Note with NAKY. And if you're connected here, I'm on your radio, Love Doctor. I proved myself, and I was proved right. Of course, just be positive. Negativity is part of life. You can't go straight up positive every time, because when you go straight up positive every time and a little thing happens, you feel breaking down. Balance it, but let a positive become more. More and more and more. Let a positive vibe become more. Don't let it look less. Don't let it look like you're not actually digging it up. No. Just understand that you are not digging it up. Let's move to a little bit of what we have here, okay? So, we have a message here. We have this message here. This is Idams. It says, good evening. Thanks for today's topic. I'm Idams Smith. I have a question. How can I get intimate with someone who feels shy when she's around me? She can't look me on the face and try as much to communicate with her every day to get her intimate, but it's still not working. I even thought of kissing her to see if we can get intimate, but I didn't give it. I'm just giving up on her as an option. Or what can I do? One thing is, you don't give up on love, Idams. You don't give up on love. Love is a beautiful thing, and it's hard to get. And when you are able to get it, don't let it slip from your hands. Just don't let it slip from your hands. So let's move slowly by what we have here. Okay? Your question, and there's your answer coming up. Take it slow when it comes to physical touch. Not everybody grew up in that society or that community or had that affection of these physical touches. You don't know the relationship that person has been in. Probably that person hasn't been in a relationship before. She doesn't know what is called physical touch, or she doesn't even know how it works. So if you want to actually let her feel you, take it slow. Take it slow with her. And you can have a very long and meaningful conversation with her. You can have that cool and meaningful relationship with her. Okay? Try to have that conversation. Attractive one. Romantic one. You are building something with her. Don't rush. Take it slow. Try to plan a quiet and romantic date with her. You know, expose your woman to some things. Okay? Expose your woman to something that she doesn't know. If you're already a lady or if you're already a partner and you do something and they look surprised to it, take it slow with them. It takes time to expose yourself to new environment. Okay? The same way it takes time to actually expose new thing to your partner or what you know to your partner. It's not easy when you have to do that. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time. You know, never make fun of his shyness. No, don't even let it come out from your mouth. Don't let it come from your mouth that she's shy. She is shy in your head. She is shy in your head. Don't even sit her down one day and say, baby, why are you so shy? You know what I would say to you? Why shall I shy? Me, why shall I shy to you? I mean, why shall I shy? I wouldn't. Like, don't even try to ask her that question. Don't try to ask her that question because it doesn't make any good. It doesn't actually make any good. Try not to ask your partner, why is she shy? That question itself brings the whole mood down. It's easy to bring it down. Put it together. Know for yourself that, okay, I'm there with you. I see this. I put it onto myself. The only thing you cannot hide from your woman is when your woman have a problem concerning hygiene. That problem, you can't hide it. Don't keep it to yourself in your head. But these things are quite normal. Okay? And try to compliment her and make her feel sexy. I mean, for me, myself here, talking to you, I'm talking to you nicely because you know what I do? I don't care how much people tell me, see, your eyesight, my eyesight ain't the same. I feel sexy if nobody even tells me that. Because I wake up in the morning and I look in the mirror. Then I take my hand in my head and I tell myself, oh my God, what a beautiful woman I am. This goes to all women, okay? Wake up in the morning. Wake up that beautiful morning and put yourself in front of the mirror and tell yourself, oh my God, I'm so beautiful, I'm sexy. I'm so built up right. That is you. You don't choose no way. Don't let somebody bring your whole beautiful creature down. You're so worthy. You're so beautiful. Don't let anybody bring that beautiful carriage down. Be bold with yourself. Stand in with yourself and don't give small compliment chances. Don't give it. I say don't give it. Try to get yourself praised. And as a man, try to praise, compliment your partner. Compliment her. So, Aiden Smith, these are quite a beautiful solutions that we have for you on board. And I and my co-host Lois will tell you, never give up on your relationship. You can do this. I know you pointed it down, or if even you didn't, try go back and watch the live video and try to understand what we're talking about, okay? Try your best to do this. Take it slow with her. Have a very meaningful conversation with her. Plan a quiet and a romantic date with her. Never make fun of her shyness. And don't label this quality as a weakness. It's not her weakness. She's shy because of something. You met her. You both created something. You made her something. That is you. Try to let her feel inside your world. Once you have to come into your world, it will take time. And for you to grab her still or grab a family in your world, it takes a lot of time. And I know that time will still be done. And the last we talked about you complimenting her, letting her feel sexy. Letting her feel a little sexy, not even a little more sexy. I mean, who doesn't love to be sexy? And the same applies to the women. When you're sitting there with your man, you look at your man and say, oh my God, I'm dating a very beautiful, handsome man. I mean, I'm so glad I met you, you know that? Whoa. I know, don't worry. Just try that. You're getting way more closer to your partner. Today, it's just a very beautiful conversation we're having right here. But before we end it all, let's go straight to the other side of a microphone. Let's get last words from our beautiful co-host.
Okay, so what was his name again?
Adam Smith.
Yeah. I hope whatever we've said, he's actually going to take it into consideration and do it. I don't know. When I read the message, I felt like with the way he was going about his intimacy, like, is he in for sex, or this is love? Is it lust or love? Because how can you just give up on somebody if the person is the shy type? It could be the person is an introvert. She barely goes out. She has no friends. Maybe she doesn't know anything about relationships or intimacies, nothing like that. So why don't you just take time with her, teach her a lot of things, go out with her, have meaningful conversations, compliment her. You know, you need to get to know her, appreciate her. And don't think her shyness is a weakness. No, never. So just, I'm telling him to just take his time with a girl.
Exactly.
If only he feels, what he feels is love.
Yep.
And not lust.
Exactly.
He should take his time with her.
Because when you love her,
yes.
When you love her, you will never even think of letting go.
Yes.
That's the word.
No.
You can't let go for the one you love.
You should make sure she's comfortable with you before you even start with your physical touch. That is the reason why I was like, if the person is shy, why do you think kissing her is actually going to take away her shyness? Well, I know some people think if a girl is shy, what you have to do is just have sex with her and it's going to take away the shyness. It's never like that.
Yeah.
You should take your time with your girl. Let her know you more. Get to know her more. Maybe her being shy is part of who she is. She's the shy type. So just take your time. And I think I'm going to end here.
Of course. That is a beautiful beautiful message to you, Adam Smith. And we know you are listening. It's a powerful message to us all, you know. And yes, we talked a little more about the 4 types of intimacy. That is emotional intimacy, intellectual intimacy, experiential intimacy, and spiritual intimacy. I myself am interested in spiritual intimacy, and I can't wait to share so many knowledge with you. And because of our time, we always steal as much of the time, but today we are not. We need to actually let our lovers enjoy their music. We have some few minutes left. Yeah, we don't do good, but that's the purpose of the work, and that's always about the work. You cannot guess the time, because when the conversation gets too deep and too beautiful, you don't know what to do, and I didn't know what to do. That's why I kept on talking, and with me and my co-hosts. Yes, we are ending everything here for tonight. And this is Love Note on your number one entertainment and lifestyle station, Ultimate 106.9. And it's 55 minutes past 11. We just have 5 minutes to close up everything. In this 5 minutes, we are not keeping it to ourselves, but rather we are giving it to you for you to have a beautiful night. And remember, you are not having anything in yourself, okay? You are always there. And just understand this: we share, we love, we create, we do, and we're glad that we all shared something and we loved what we had. And definitely next time we will meet and have a great discussion. And thank you for everybody who joined and listened. I'm so glad that you picked a lot of things out from here, and we just love you. Same time tomorrow. We can wait to see you here. Yes, we can wait to see you here joining us and having a very beautiful discussion with us. And always, if you have any idea, if you have any kind of story that you have to share, or if you want us to solve a very cool love problem for you, yes, you can actually join us. And a very big thank you to Facebook, whoever joined. Yeah, honorable Quaker citizen. Yeah, if you can actually perhaps hear, I'll meet you one-on-one. I didn't know how I had a very troublesome person right there. Yeah. So enjoy this by Celine Dion, The Power of Love.